Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jensen from Red Rock Crawlers. This week we're going to be putting on some power stop brakes on the Jeep. The rear brakes on mine currently are pretty worn out and it's time to replace them, so I thought I'd just do all four of them at the same time. Jeremy McLaren helped me out tonight.
Hey guys.
We're going to tag team this and he's going to help me do these brakes.
So I'm either in charge of wrenching things, lifting things, or filming things. But
Yeah.
I'm just your toady, so you tell me what to do.
Yeah, okay.
Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's nice to have some help.
Yeah.
I'm always out here wrenching by myself.
By yourself.
So, yeah.
Well, glad to participate. Should be a lot of fun today.
We're going to do a little bit of a stop test. I'm going to get up to 25 miles an hour, which is as fast as I can go on the street here by my house. But we're going to get up to road speed here and then hit the brakes and see where we stop. And then I'm going to try it with the new brakes and see if they make any difference. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is our first stop with the old brakes. We're just gonna draw a line and see once we get the new brakes put on if it makes any improvement. Put it jacked up, put on some jack stands. We're gonna pull the tires off. We're gonna do the rears first, just because. Anti-theft key, which probably everybody has, but that's what all my lug nuts are. So. Get my lug nuts, got my impact. I'm just gonna pull these tires off. So, Jeremy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am originally from Virginia, and I moved out to Utah to go to school and fell in love with it.
Okay.
Bought myself a 91 YJ and wheeled it all over these mountains before most of the roads were closed. Fell in love with Jeeps, fell in love with Utah, married a pretty girl, and we now have 5 kids. Live just up the road a little bit, and
Cool.
We spend all our time, on the weekends, spending time in our Jeep as a family.
Add clips. So these are the rears. The rear. Yeah, so these are fronts. There we go. Okay, so we've got the tires off. Remove the wheel spacers, and now we just got to pull the calipers off, and the pads will just come off, or sorry, the rotors will come off. We'll replace the pads. 18 millimeter box end wrench is what I usually use to break these open. And that just goes, you got 2 bolts back here that hold the caliper on. There's one there and one there. And I usually pull on this towards me a little bit, and that just pushes the piston back in a little bit. Just helps take these off a little bit easier. When you pull the caliper off, you don't want to hang it by the brake line. So you want to find a place, some people will put zip ties and hang it up here. I usually just set it right here somewhere, right like that, and that should be fine. Tell your rotors are worn out if you start having lines like this, uneven wear, and if you run your fingers across it, you can feel the grooves that the pads will start to form, especially when they're as worn out as mine were. You have metal rubbing on metal like that, and it's going to start rubbing grooves in there. So yeah, not much. And then one more tip is, when you put the new rotors and pads on, you want to make sure that the rotor surface is nice and clean. See this dirt and stuff, the grease over here from me touching it? You want to make sure you wipe it really good and clean before you stick your new rotors on there, or your new pads on there. Okay, so we put the new rotor on. It should just slide on like that. Okay, so to compress this piston back in place, we're going to use a C-clamp and just one of the old, not that one, one of the old rotors, or gosh man, keep saying that. One of the old pads, we'll just stick it back in there, and then when you go to compress it, it has something to push against. So I don't try and go too fast with this, because you are pushing your hydraulic brake fluid back in, up the line here as you do this. So I just do a little turn at a time, but as you can see in here, it looks pretty well flush and flat. That means your piston has retracted back into its home, if you will. But yeah, so that means we're ready to put the new pads on, and this should slide right on the new rotors. Okay, so we got our new pads. Gotta make sure we have our new clips. Let's go get these put on. So these just slide in over those little channels. There we go. There's one. If you're putting new pads on, you'll notice that one of the pads on your set, warning clip, that's what I call it anyway. So what this does is when the pad wears down enough, this will rub on your rotor, and then it will start to squeak, and that's when you need to replace it. Anyways, you want to make sure you have this on one of your calipers, and then obviously the other one would go on the other side. And that should be ready to go on. Let's see. Slide this over the just going to torque them down to 100 pounds. All right, now we can move on to the front. Working on getting the front calipers off. It is a bigger bolt up front. Same idea though, 2 bolts up here. Remove the front caliper. Everything in the front is bigger though, because your brakes are more important up front. They have a lot more stopping power. So you have bigger bolts, bigger calipers, and bigger pads. 13/16s to break these loose up front. Okay. Just go nice and slow. One little turn at a time. Just want a nice clean surface here. Try and clean up any rust that's on there.
Well, it's 11 o'clock. We're all done, and he's going to test this out. Let's see how it works.
I got my little helper back there. Say hi. Can you say hi? No highs. Okay, so now we have the brakes all replaced. We finished it up last night and ran out of time and daylight, so now we got some more daylight. We're gonna go out there and do our new brake stop test. Say hi. Hi. Pretty good difference there. You can see back here is the line that we're using as my stopping point, and this is where I stopped last night before we changed the brakes, and this is where we're at now. I'm gonna do it again just to make sure that I hit the brakes at the right time. So we're gonna run this a couple times just to make sure it is consistently better. This one wasn't as good. Maybe I hit the brakes a little bit earlier the first time, but I think it's safe to say that they are stopping better, which will help with bigger tires. I'm glad to see a little bit of an improvement. I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay, my neighbors probably think I'm crazy driving up and down the street and then coming to a stop in the middle of the road. But this is our third and final test. Hopefully you can see the line right here. Again, that's the old brake stop line, and this is the new one. This is the third one. So then we'll measure how much difference it actually is. Just over 7 feet. So I did the measurement there on the road, and it's about 7 feet difference. The second attempt was a little bit less. It was probably about 3 feet. It was about half the difference. But still, you know, a 3 foot difference at only 25 miles an hour, that's pretty good, I think. They're not like a huge improvement. They're not a huge upgrade, but that's okay. I'm happy with the change. Plus, I am not rubbing metal on metal anymore, so that's always good. Okay, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope this helps some of you guys out there. It's a pretty simple install. I'm happy to have new brakes on there that are not rubbing on the rotors. Give us a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you think. We're actually going to go wheeling tomorrow. We're heading up to the mountains. We're going to go up to just a local trail that we have. So it'll be nice to go test those out on the trail and see if I notice a difference up there. Okay, well, until next time, we'll see you guys on the trail. What are you doing? Where do those go?
Go?
Yeah, show me. Where do they go? They go in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for your help. You're very helpful. Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.